How many of you had a hamster as a childhood pet? I did, and I will say that the caregiving relationship between child and hamster, at least in my household, did not always end well for the hamster, whose mission in life was to escape from his cage, no matter how elaborate or interesting I tried to make Freddie's little home. Freddie the hamster felt trapped by the circumstances of his life. How many of you have days like the hamster we just saw, running from place to place with a to-do list you hope to accomplish, and like the hamster, you just keep going and going and going? Many caregivers I know feel overwhelmed by the responsibility of caregiving, unsure where the caregiving journey leads, and uncertain about the right level of involvement in the life of a loved one. If we haven't met before, I'm Pamela Wilson, the Care Navigator and author of The Caregiving Trap: Solutions for Life's Unexpected Changes. Becoming a caregiver is an unexpected role. None of us grow up with a dream of being a caregiver. Becoming a care recipient is also unexpected. None of us grow up with a plan to grow old, to experience poor health, or to become frail or weak, making it necessary to have help. My clients, many of whom are caregivers, often tell me that they feel trapped by caregiving situations and responsibilities. My clients who are care recipients tell me the same thing. They feel trapped in aging bodies, trapped by the number of prescription medications they take every day just to feel okay, and trapped by having to rely on family members or others for assistance. If you and I haven't met before through my website, my newsletter, my radio program, or in person, you may not know my personal history as a family caregiver. I lost half of my immediate family, both parents, a brother, and a sister, before the age of 40. You may not know about my career as a professional advocate working in the care industry since 2000. I want to share with you the idea of the caregiving trap, how the idea of care sneaks up on caregivers and care recipients, and steps you can take today to make sure your caregiving or care receiving experience is positive. An author you may be acquainted with, William Shakespeare, said, "There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so." How many of you would agree with the idea that the way we think about something, like caregiving, makes the experience good or bad? If you are a caregiver, you know that responsibilities quickly spiral out of control. If you are a care receiver, you know that health conditions show up overnight. One day you're in good health, and the next day you're not. It's this overnight change that throws lives off balance. For example, let's look at the act of volunteering and caregiving. How many of you volunteer? Those of us who volunteer do so because we believe in a cause. We want to do something to benefit others. We volunteer because volunteering makes us feel good, and the people or cause we support actually thank us, which makes us want to do more. Let's compare volunteering to the act of caregiving and what I call the idea of implied consent. A parent makes what seems like an innocent request to pick up a prescription. Without any thought, the adult child picks up the prescription, acting in the role of a caregiver, which then leads a parent to assume that the adult child has agreed, remember the term implied consent, and the child will continue to provide more and more help without having any further discussion. By contrast, when one volunteers, there is usually a pre-discussion about a time commitment, beneficial skills, and possibly a financial contribution. When a family member acts in the role of a caregiver, he or she unintentionally volunteers for a position that may last for years with increasing levels of responsibility and no financial benefit. If volunteering makes us feel so good, why might caregiving make us feel so bad, even trapped? Is it the idea of not being appreciated? Is it the idea of feeling burdened by the increasing expectations of a family member to provide care? What is it that makes volunteering so appealing and caregiving so unappealing? This and many more questions about being a caregiver or a care receiver are answered in my book, The Caregiving Trap. Visit my website page featuring information about my book, The Caregiving Trap, at thecaregivingtrapbook.com. Here you'll find more information, including helpful tips and exercises, to support you in the journey of care. If you're already on my website watching this video, click the button to visit The Caregiving Trap, Solutions for Life's Unexpected Changes, and subscribe today to receive beneficial updates and special offers. I'm Pamela Wilson, the Care Navigator and author of the book, The Caregiving Trap, Solutions for Life's Unexpected Changes.